Hello and welcome back to Business Today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Viewers, today we have our guest Mohammed Khalid, who's been here before as our guest, and we're privileged to have him back on the show. And today we're going to talk about something we have covered, we've touched upon in the past, but it's about IT in restaurants. And I feel it's really important that we talk about this because I think we haven't even got there yet. We have a lot to do yet, and many of our restaurants are not still involved in the social media market, the online ordering system. I think we need to talk about that a lot more. And one of the reasons why I've called Khalid back on to our show is because he's an expert in the field and he's got some new stuff coming in the market, and we're going to talk. So without further ado, I'm going to get my guest to say hello, and please welcome yourself onto the show.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for having me. My name is Mohammed Khalid, as Mukit Miah just said. I'm the owner and co-founder of Biz Midlands, which is an online business directory for small to medium-sized businesses. We provide free listing for local businesses. Majority of businesses are based in Birmingham, but we've had calls to expand, which hopefully we'll do in the future at some point. On top of the free business listing, we also provide web design and development, SEO services, which is search engine optimization. We do social media marketing, and also EPOS, electric point of sale, and also online food ordering system as well for restaurants and takeaways.
Excellent. Okay. There's a whole range of stuff that you
a lot of things.
Cover there. Yeah, no, that's brilliant. Now, one question I want to say to you is, what's your thought about our Indian restaurants, our Bengali restaurants? Are they up to scratch with the IT, up to date with what's happening around in the market?
I think a lot of the Indian restaurants and takeaways are sort of advanced in the way of thinking in terms of technology, but there's a lot of work that can still be done with a lot of the restaurants and takeaways. A lot have started getting websites, but it's not a matter of just having a website. It's about having a website that is fully optimized. It's a website that is attractive to the eye. It's a website that is going to get in traffic. And I think a lot of restaurants, although they have good websites, they're not effective, they're not efficient, they're not user-friendly. Those are the key components that restaurant bosses and managers should be looking at. But they have advanced quite a lot since the early 80s and 90s. And technology is a massive thing now.
Of course.
And if you don't keep up to date with technology, then you're going to be left behind. So that's our intention, to be honest, to provide a one-stop IT solution for restaurants and takeaways.
Yeah, I mean, there's I believe there's a lot of restaurants that's got website. Recently, I visited a website. It's not a restaurant, but it's a website I visited. And when I got onto my phone, because I'll be honest with you, how many people are using PCs nowadays when they're surfing? They're actually using their phone. And what's your opinion on that? I mean, I found websites that isn't compatible for mobile phones. Is that something that are many of our restaurants looking into?
It's an interesting point, because a lot of the websites that you do have now and that you do go to, you expect it in this day and age to be mobile and tablet friendly. I mean, as you said, not a lot of people are using desktops these days, and a lot of people are using mobiles because they're always on the go, tablets because they're always on the go or in an office or whatever setting they might be in. So people appreciate that fact that a website is optimized, so it's more sort of visible, it's more user friendly. Now, if you go into a website that is not optimized for tablets and mobiles, you're likely to move away from that site straight away.
I did exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Exactly, and considering the fact that 70% of people use their mobiles when they do online shopping or they look for a restaurant to eat or a takeaway to order their food from, you want your website to be optimized so you can actually see on a mobile And the other fact is we spend more or less 3 to 5 hours on our phone each day.
That's true.
So that is a lot of time, to be honest. And the last thing you want to do is you want to go to a website and find that it's all over the place. It's not on your screen.
Exactly. Yeah.
You'll just go to another person, another company, another competitor, and that means you're going to lose out.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, you built a lot of websites for restaurants. Could you tell us a bit more about them? What would be the thing that people need to focus on when they're building a website or having a website built? I
think the most important thing is your restaurant or your takeaway website has got to be user friendly. It's got to be friendly in the sense that people can go in there, they can navigate themselves easily. So whatever they're looking for, if they're looking for sort of the menu, is the menu visible? Is the events section visible? Is the gallery visible? The contact us page, is that visible? Is that got all the information that is relevant? Can they contact you? Can they write a query? Any information that they need, they can find it straight away. Also, in terms of your attractiveness of the website, are the images not pixelated? Are they clear? You want to get images that are attractive, because that's the thing that makes a website what it is.
Okay. When you're building a website, are you doing the images yourself, or would you ask the client to bring in the images for you?
We prefer to get the images from the customers themselves.
Okay.
Obviously, we spend a lot of time doing the developing side of the website. We appreciate it if the pictures are their own images, because at the end of the day, if we get the images from, say, Google or whatever it is, they could be trademarked, and we could get into a lot of trouble for that.
Okay.
So it's better to have your own images, because at the end of the day, you're trying to show what you've got, or what you're cooking, or what your dishes are. So maybe nice pictures of your own dishes, your restaurant, the front, the back, the seating, the bar if you have one. Nice images like that really attract customers to your website.
And I think, what's your advice on taking the images? Use a professional to do this, or?
I would recommend a professional, definitely.
But there's cost involved to that, isn't there?
There is a cost involved, but if you prefer to cut the costs down, then it would be better to go to an online company where they supply images like 123. They provide good images, and they're affordable as well. And you just buy credits from them, and then you can have images whatever size you want them, and pay through your credits.
Okay. My personal opinion is take your own unique images, your own dishes, take some really nice pictures with some really good cameras. And I think if you're a businessman, if you're in business, you need to talk business, you need to do things business. And I think investing into those quality images is vital. It's important, because it's your own pictures, your own images.
They do go a long way.
Yeah, it goes a long way.
If you're opening a restaurant, if you're opening a nice, high-profile restaurant, and the pictures, things like that, if you're going to spend a few pounds on that, it's going to make a huge difference to your website.
Exactly.
Considering the amount of money that you've invested in initially to get your business up and running, why not spend a few extra pounds just to make your website a bit more attractive?
Those images are the images of your restaurant, remember?
Exactly.
So, you want to keep your image, the best possible you can. I would recommend viewers, just go that little extra mile to get that good quality image. And I'll be honest with you, it makes a big difference to the whole website itself. And obviously images for the restaurants, just not the dishes, for the restaurant, the gallery, those are important, because I feel I'm going to talk as a customer's point of view. As a customer, I'd go on a site and I'll look at the restaurant and I'll see if it's nice, from the images. That gives me the impression where I'm going, the dishes, how they presented. So those things, in my opinion, as a customer, it's very important.
Of course.
So yeah, okay. Contents. What would you say about contents? A lot of people, I find that when they want a website made, the hardest part for them is putting the contents together.
It's easy to sort of copy and paste content from someone else, but I would highly, I would advise you not to do that.
No way.
You have your own unique, sort of business. You have your own unique sort of brand, and you want to get that brand out. So the content, do it yourself or get a professional to write the content for you. Your content for a restaurant or a
you
takeaway
obviously
business,
assist with it anyway, but
we'll assist with
the
it.
bulk
But
of it needs to come.
but I think no one knows more about your restaurant or your takeaway better than yourself. And you want to highlight your unique selling points for that business, for that restaurant, that takeaway. What do you do different from other businesses? And to be honest, content on a restaurant or a takeaway website doesn't have to be massive. Few paragraphs just about the origins of the restaurant, the takeaway, how it was established. Few sentences about your chef, your staff, maybe the surroundings, the ambience, etc. And that's it. You don't need loads and loads of content for a restaurant or takeaway website, because that's not what
true,
people are going on your website for. They're going there for one reason, and that's to find a nice place to eat.
Yeah, that's true. Now, obviously, viewers, we're going into a break in a couple of minutes, so quickly I'm going to ask you, in terms of the whole layout of the website, the colouring, the themes and everything, it all comes from the decor of the restaurant. Is that how you actually put your website together?
It does come from the decor, but more important, it comes from your logo.
Okay.
Okay, so the colour.
Advise a bit. We got 2 minutes.
Yeah. So
advice on that one.
the logo is probably your brand. Is basically your brand. That's what you're trying to sell to your customers. So when you design your logo, make sure your logo is simple but attractive at the same time as well. Make sure the colour scheme isn't too sort of powerful, too in your face. Has to be sort of neutral colours are better for a logo. And it has to be something simple, something readable. So when you do your font, even your font is important for your logo as well. So when you do your font, make sure it's a font that is understandable, that people can see and relate to it straight away.
Did you actually design logos yourself for the
We do logo designs as well.
You do that as a separate service?
As a separate service.
I was just going to say, I mean, it's advisable, isn't it, to go to somebody who actually specifically does this part of the business,
of course,
just designing logos for companies.
Yeah, I mean, you need certain aspects of your business. You need certain companies or certain providers to do for you. Logo is one of them. Having a professional logo is very, very important, because your restaurant theme, your colours is going to be based on your logo.
That's true. Obviously, because the logo is the one thing that you can promote anywhere. So that needs to be right. Especially
if you have an app as well.
So we're going to come on to apps as well. But for now, we're just going to go on to the break. Viewers, please stay tuned, and we'll see you after the break.